What's going on, Big Blue Nation and sports fans everywhere, and welcome back to the BBN Report, where we are having a little halftime video here. And you just have Ohio State just absolutely mauling Michigan State up 49 to nothing right now, to the tune of really almost an embarrassment. But before we get into that, I want to talk about some other scores from around the country, some meaningful games for the noon games here. We have my Kentucky Wildcats up 35 to 16. We'll get into that in a second. Ohio State, like I said, is up 49 to nothing. Clemson is up on Wake Forest 17 to 10. I'm really surprised by that one, especially as good as Wake Forest offense has been. And Oklahoma is up on Oklahoma is up driving the struggle bus 14 to 7 on Iowa State, and the only reason they have a lead in that game is because Iowa State fumbled the ball late in that half and was able to get a scoop and score for a lineman. But of course, Oklahoma doing what Oklahoma does best, and that is be overrated, struggle against bad teams this year. I believe Iowa State is 6-4 going into today, so not a good look for Oklahoma. But then you got my Kentucky Wildcats up 35 to 16, and this team looks like it has just given up for the most part. Ever since they played Georgia and got beat by Georgia, it seems as if they haven't even looked like the same team they were for the first 6 weeks of the season. And personally, I am pretty sick and tired of seeing Chris Rodriguez put the ball on the ground. I mean, it's gotten to the point where you can almost guarantee that he's going to put a fumble on the ground at least once a game, even if he doesn't lose it. It's to the point where I'm just ready to see smoke in there all the time. And so, excuse me there. But another thing is, it just seems like ever since this loss to Georgia, this team has just kind of mailed it in. The same thing kind of happened back in 2018 there, and it just seems like it just hasn't been able to click again because, as they know, their season was over when they lost to Georgia. So it's not really surprised there. They kind of packed it in a little bit, but you think they would want to at least finish the season off and have one of the best seasons in program history, but they are not able to do that. But man, what about Ohio State today? I'm glad I definitely took them to cover the 19.5 today because they are absolutely just mauling Michigan State right now. And Michigan State just looks completely overmatched in this game. And one of the things that Ohio State has done really well is they have limited Kenneth Walker. I think he only has 24 yards in the game so far. And his back, I'm drawing a blank on his backup's name, but he's actually taking the most of the snaps, it seems like, today. Kenneth Walker does have a banged up ankle, even though he said yesterday it wasn't going to bother him too much, but I definitely think it is bothering him a little bit. And another thing that Ohio State has done really well, they have not allowed Michigan State to really set a run game. They have tried to run the ball, they haven't gotten very much. And another thing that Michigan State has done really well this year, and that is little intermediate pass game there. They love to dump those screen passes off, and Ohio State just has not allowed them to just get those, and they've just really played airtight defense on Michigan State so far. And not to mention, look what C.J. Stroud is doing for Ohio State. He's got over 350 yards now and 5 or 6 touchdown passes on the game so far. And not to mention, Chris Olave is an absolute beast for Ohio State, and he managed to pick up a couple of touchdowns himself today and is now the all-time career leader for touchdowns for Ohio State football. So far, I think another big surprise that people may not be, probably pretty surprised about is Clemson being up 17 to 10 on Wake Forest at the half there. I think a lot of people have, including myself, have written Clemson off this season. And everybody forgets, they only have the 2 losses, and one of those losses was the first week of the season against Georgia. And I think it's mainly to do with just their offense has just not been that good, and the ukulele is just not the answer at quarterback here. But as good as Wake Forest's offense has been this season, I think that's going to be a big surprise that they only scored 10 points against Clemson. But I definitely expect a bipg half from Wake Forest's offense in the second half there. I definitely think that they will end up coming back to win this game. Probably not by a whole lot, but I also would not be surprised to see Clemson hold on and take this game. But that's kind of been Clemson's season in a nutshell, I believe. They've just kind of not been able to really get the offense going. And I'm sorry, excuse me there. But hey, this has been a little BBN halftime report. I may check in and make another one of these videos again later for the 3:30 slots. So if this is your first time stumbling across this channel, like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll get some more college football videos around here because we talk all things college football and basketball on this channel. And I'll go ahead and catch you guys in the next one.